just telling about the story about how the Buddhas, how the monks wear saffron robes. And basically, when the Buddha renounced the life of this would be some word for it, of a partying prince. When he renounced that life, the clothes he was wearing were silk. They were very fine clothes. So he realized this is not an appropriate garment for a spiritual journey. So he came across a fisherman. This is why I mentioned you, Dennis, you see. He came across a fisherman, and the fisherman was wearing saffron robe. Why? Because he belonged to a lower caste. This is what, right? So the Buddha swapped his clothes with a fisherman. Right? If it was to happen nowadays, I have this vision of the Buddha with waders on and a purple jacket. I thought you'd like that one, Dennis. But so actually, what the saffron robes doesn't indicate somebody special. It actually indicates somebody who has renounced the worldly life. That's what it's not. Okay, and so where does all this fit in? So we're inclined to think of Buddhists as being very special, Isn't that true? That that's our kind of thing, Oh, I'd love to be a Buddha, Buddhists are not special. This might come as a big shock to you. They just simply see everything just as it is. There's nothing special. No, that is special, but there's nothing special. They're just seeing things as they actually are. Actually, we're the ones that are special. Why are we special? We see things that aren't there. We're very special. We manufacture delusional reality. We create solidity where there isn't any solidity. We're the special ones. And so the next thing to understand is that mind is the key. Forget everything else. It all boils down to mind. Mind is responsible for every experience that we have. And this is called, in the Dzogchen, this is called Kunje Gyalpo. And it's actually the name of the, okay, I don't want to go into the detail. Don't want to make this too long. So basically it means the one who creates everything. It sounds a little bit like God, doesn't it? But this is mind. So the next thing then is, well, what is mind? What is mind? What is mind? It's definitely not nothing, right? Because it's filled with unceasing stuff, day and night. There's an unceasing display. So it's not nothing. But then when you examine the display, when you look at the display, there's nothing substantial there. There's nothing substantial in the display. Things keep appearing and disappearing without leaving anything behind. So you cannot say that mind is something. Right? You could maybe say it's the place, where the display appears. But mind is not anything. It's not anything, and it's not nothing. It's beyond such limiting ideas. And this is not a new condition created by practice or study or anything. It's not a new condition. This is how it has always been. This mind that is not anything and not nothing. This is how it has always been. So, the example that's always used. I know I'm going on a bit, but anyway, that the like a mirror. Mind is like a mirror. There's no limit to what. There's no filter. A mirror just reflects whatever is there. Mind. There's no limit to mind. There's no limit to what it can display. And a mirror itself has no color. A mirror itself has no color. What would a mirror look like if it was white? It wouldn't be a mirror, right? The mirror itself has no color. And mind is like this. It has an empty quality, just like a mirror has an empty quality. It has an empty quality where everything is allowed to appear. Yet, what appears in a mirror, the reflections, don't alter or affect the mirror in any way. Why? Because the reflections are reflections. They're not solid. And mind is like that. It's not damaged by its own display. Knowing this is freedom. This is big. Freedom from suffering. It's not a whitewashing, it's not pretending something. This is how it actually is. Buddhas know this. That's why they're Buddhas. Now, we have some idea ourselves. It's simply a question of becoming familiar with what actually is. Not something, not nothing, movement. So let's familiarize ourselves. Reflections are just reflections. There's nothing to correct. Knowing this allows you to really just be, to breathe, to see, to hear, without grasping. There's nothing to understand. There's nowhere to go. You're already here. Simply allowing what is to be as it is. Movement. Doesn't even matter if you've jumped on the bus. After a little while, you notice. And there's nothing to be done. There's nothing to correct. It's just reflections in a mirror. If you feel any tension in your body, ease that. Just allow your body to be as it is. ease any tension. So I'm sure you must have had plenty of display in your mind when we were just sitting here quietly. Just one question. Where are they now? At the time, it looks very real and solid. But actually, that's not their nature. This is the big mistake we make.